from his family.
Was out on the field pretty much the whole entire first half.
Got a lot of great games. I'm highlighting 2 SEC games.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Mayhem Matthew. This is my co-host Christian Ballard of Ballard Sports Media. How are we doing today?
What's up? What's up, everybody? We're doing great, Mayhem. How are you?
I'm doing really great as well. We're going to be talking Big 12. Pretty much the whole entire stream is going to be mainly Big 12 stuff. Talk about Big 12 partners with the WWE. We're going to be talking about the Big 12 media days. We're going to talk a little bit about Colorado, Utah, BYU. We're going to talk about Houston. Just a little bit about Mike Gundy and what he's got going on there at Oklahoma State. Just a little bit about each team in the Big 12. Then following the Big 12 news, we will get right on into coaches on the hot seat, and we're going to do it by conference. So we'll go down each conference and pretty much say, okay, this guy's on the hot seat, that guy's on the hot seat, and so on and so forth. So if you like the content, please smash the thumbs up. And if you really like the content, hit the subscribe button, because Ballard's on his way to 2,000 subscribers.
More importantly, though, I'm trying to bust my tail over here with the Christian Ballard Show Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 a.m. Central. Sometimes I miss it because of work. It happens, but I'll let you know. Let's get the watch hours up, man. Y'all come hang out. We have a good time on those streams, and I understand if people are at work and stuff, but we're going to try to get back to doing some hangout streams and stuff too, where we can just kind of talk up college football on an annual basis, and maybe a regular basis. Annual, that's yearly. Yeah, we're gonna get watch hours by doing one stream a year. That makes sense. Mayhem, I throw it back to you.
Yeah, for sure. So let's go ahead and start talking. And I guess I'm going to throw it right back to you, because we're going to be talking about Big 12 partners with the WWE. And Ballard, you had it pulled up on the WWE website. Go ahead and take us through that.
Yeah, so we're kind of just reading through this, just like you guys are, unless you guys have already seen it. This was put out recently. This was put out, what would this have been? Wednesday, the 9th. So WWE and the Big 12 Conference today, this being Wednesday, announced an expansion to their multifaceted partnership that will see Friday Night SmackDown broadcast from Big 12 markets on the eve of 4 conference football games throughout the 2025 season. The first SmackDown will be held on Friday, August 22nd at 3 Arena in Dublin, Ireland, a day before the 30th year of Big 12 football kicks off, which I didn't realize they were on year 30. Congratulations. That's a big milestone. It kicks off with a Week 0 matchup between the Iowa State Cyclones and the Kansas State Wildcats in the Aer Lingus College Football Classic on Saturday, August 23rd at Aviva Stadium. Full dates include Friday, August 22nd, Friday, October 3rd, October 24th, and Halloween, Friday, October 31st. And they will be in Dublin, Cincinnati, Tempe, Arizona, and Salt Lake City, Utah. Before we go any further on this, Mayhem, you're a big WWE guy, and I can be at times too, but you're the expert. What's your thoughts on all this, man? I gotta get some wrestling insight here. What does this mean for WWE? And ultimately, your thoughts on the Big 12.
So I know that this partnership is not only with football. I mean, yes, it does have the dates, football dates. Like you just read, Friday, August 22nd, October 3rd, October 24th. But, they're doing the Friday night SmackDown before the really big games on the network, on the Big 12 network. It's going to be a really huge deal for not only the Big 12 as a conference, not just college football, but also for the WWE, because I feel like, honestly, I love this because my two worlds are colliding,
Yeah.
literally. My two favorite things to enjoy are college football and the WWE, or just wrestling in general. But we're talking about WWE here, so you know, it. Whenever I seen the news, I was like, I really hope we can do the touchdowns show soon before this news is kind of outdated and stuff like that. And we were, obviously we're talking about it now, so we were able to. So that I am really excited about and really glad about, because a lot of people that watch college football may not watch the world of wrestling and WWE. So it'll draw some eyeballs to college football fans to the WWE and vice versa, right? So people that like uh, college football, um, or people that like wrestling may not watch college football. So it'll bring eyeballs to them fans, right? So it's kind of a win-win situation for this partnership, because it's going to bring eyeballs to not only the WWE, but it's going to bring eyeballs to college football and generate new fans for both sports. And yes, WWE is a
Now,
sport.
is it me, or does it seem like there's only one way to get the non-college football fans that are WWE fans? I don't know. It's just me thinking out loud here. Personally, what I believe. Here's what I'll say. You have WWE fans, you have college football fans, then you have people like yourself, Mayhem, that are both. But I like what you're getting at, as far as you could kind of maybe get some WWE guys to go over to college football and vice versa. I personally don't see how you make that work, though. I mean, I get the location, going to all these Big 12 cities for these big time games. I get that. But what if the WWE fans go for Friday night, and yeah, they might be staying the weekend or something, but what about those that probably don't have tickets to the game, or didn't plan on that, and they just said, "I just wanted to go see SmackDown and then go home." Like,
So
there's
so
gotta
this
be a
is
different there's gotta be more behind the scenes that you can do to pull them
this
into
is
college football,
this
and the
is
same thing for college football WWE, but go on.
so this is the greatest thing, that could have happened for not only the Big 12 football and WWE. And I'll actually get into more detail here in a second about how it really is a good idea for all of college football. And but let's just take your example. Somebody is wanting to go to a WWE event that Friday. Okay, so right now, if they're watching the touchdown show, or if they've seen it on WWE.com, or whatever, and they're planning on going to this WWE event on Friday night, but then they see this partnership on social media, they see that a football game is going to be the very next day. So, you know, if they have the money to do it, right? Um, you know, hey, hey, hun, we're not going to be doing anything. We're going to be staying here all weekend. Hey, let's go grab a ticket to WWE Friday night. We can go down Friday
Mhm.
night, and then hey, hun, let's go grab a ticket to college football too. Let's go watch this football game, right?
Yeah.
This brings eyeballs to both, not only WWE but to college football, right? So, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
It's like one of those things it's like one of those things like, "Well, hell, we're already there this weekend. We might as well do something fun on Saturday while we're
yeah,
at it." I
I
get you. I
mean,
get you.
and that goes both ways. You season ticket holders for these Big 12 games. they see that Friday Night SmackDown is coming, and they're like, man,
Yeah.
that's Friday. I mean, I'm going to be in town on Friday. Might as well go see a wrestling show, right? And it's not like the wrestling shows are very expensive. Yes, to get like front row seats, it might be expensive, but like it's not like these wrestling shows are, really expensive to get into. I feel like college football games are way more expensive to get into than wrestling, but
For sure.
like the rainy seats start out at like $34 or whatever, $30. Depending on where you get your tickets. But they start like Ticketmaster starts out at like $30, for the rainy seats at these wrestling events. So it's like, okay, you got some children, or even if you are an adult that you used to be in love with wrestling and you want to fall back in love with it, and you say, hey, I'm going to this game on college football game already. Might as well sneak me in a wrestling show that Friday night, because right now I'm on vacation. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, Ballard. I'm on vacation. I'm here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see WWE tomorrow and Sunday for their Saturday's main event and the Evolution. I got combo tickets, and so and I'm gonna get to meet some of the wrestlers and superstars there. But so like I I feel like had there been something to do with football as well, right? I probably would have signed up to do that as well, right? And right,
Right.
like for example, if this was later on in August or September or October, if this was happening in Atlanta, right? If this same vacation was happening, but in football season, tonight is Friday night, right? I could be going to a high school football game. I could be going to one of them Friday night college football games, right?
Okay.
And just because it's there, right? But I'm gonna tell you why this is not only good for Big 12 and WWE, it's good for all of college football, is because number one, I don't know if you watched this past year's game days or not, but we've seen wrestlers like Cody Rhodes. He joined College Game Day as the celebrity guest picker. Cody Rhodes did. We've seen Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He was a celebrity guest picker, right? He owns a good chunk of the WWE, so he's definitely part of it, right?
Yeah.
And he's a former wrestler himself, and he still wrestles from time to time now. But like we've seen these guys. We even seen John Cena on the Pat McAfee show. We've seen we are seeing WWE become part of this world of like this social world, right? Where it's actually a thing now. Like it's starting to feel
And it's
like
one thing too, like it's one thing for it to blow up and be popular and be part of like all these different networks, all these different but I see what you're saying. Like you talk about Dwayne Johnson being on game day. You talk about I think they had Roman Reigns on one of them, and then you got Pat McAfee having all these guests like Brock Lesnar or whoever. I've seen some of that.
like
It's so cool for what
Cody
it
Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes, yeah. It's so
And
cool, honestly, to see that where you are integrating the WWE into college football. I know people out there want to say when it comes to politics, oh, keep the politics out of sports. This has nothing to do with politics. This is pure entertainment. And if the sport's not entertaining enough, buckle up because I'm gonna be honest, man. I know you've kind of criticized me or called me out, like, oh, I know you don't pay attention to WWE. Not like you do, but I do like it. And honestly, like this intrigues me. I'm really excited to see where this
but
goes.
also Ballard, like I was saying, I WWE, whether you like to hear it or whether somebody else likes to hear it or not, WWE is becoming mainstream. That's the word I was looking for. WWE
Yeah.
has became very mainstream in social media, and just, you know, in the world that we live in, WWE is very a part of it, right? You know,
Sure.
it's starting to like, so WWE kind of sucked and fell off mainstream from probably 2014 to like 2016, right? Or 2017. But, you know, here recently, and with The Rock's help, by the way, right? Former Miami football player, by the way, college football player. But um, with the help of him and with the help of Triple H and TKO and company, right? WWE has very much became very mainstream, and I hated to see Cody Rhodes on game day, and whenever he came out, absolutely nobody knew who he was. He didn't get a crowd reaction like, "Oh my goodness!" Like he didn't get like what WWE fans call a crowd pop. He didn't get that loud noise that he should have gotten, right? Because pretty much nobody knew who he was, except for maybe a few people, right?
Right.
But like that was his hometown in Atlanta whenever he was in there. But I just feel like, you know, the more and more WWE gets integrated with football, and this is a good first step or a second step or whatever with this Big 12 partnership, right? And we've already seen the WWE with the Big 12 partnership before. Have you ever seen the Undertaker come out with the Big 12 championship belt? I mean, we've
Yeah,
seen
I've seen pictures of that at least, if anything.
I mean, we've seen the WWE partner with the Big 12 already, but this new partner, you know, this new side of the partnership that SmackDown is going to be on the night before a big college football game, right? It will
Yeah.
basically, what I'm trying to say, long story short, that it will garner eyes on both the WWE and Big 12 football, college football in general, right? You know, so, you know, they look at a college football game like the Big 12, they may want to see more football than just the Big 12, so it'll help college football as a whole. Also, we've seen so many college football players turn into wrestling, you know, wrestlers, right? Wrestling
Or just
superstars.
straight up celebrities like Logan and Jake, Paul.
So
I mean, they just
we've
straight up celebrities coming out and saying, "You know what? Put me in the ring."
we've we've seen. You talk about celebrities. Jelly Roll is going to have a match here soon.
I saw
He
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so but that's a different topic for a different day. Uh, you know, I'm sure some wrestling fans are upset about that. But um, talking about college football, getting back on track with college football, you know, Roman Reigns, college football player, Georgia Tech.
Yep.
The Rock, college football player, Miami, right? Um, we've seen Braun Breaker. I believe he went to like Kennesaw State or something like that, a smaller school. Um, he's now a WWE wrestler, right? I'm sure there's others out there that I should be able to name, but it's not drawing a blank. I'm drawing a blank right now, but like there's a ton of them out there. All it's a one Google search away, and there's a ton of wrestlers that have played college football, and I feel like the two worlds do collide very easily because of the smack talk, the smack talk the fans have, the smack talk and the entertainment that WWE puts on, and the storylines and stuff like that, and also what the college football puts on as far as we smack talk each other. You know, Georgia's better, Bama's better, whatever. So I feel like both of them collide very well. I feel like the hype that WWE fans get whenever they about to consume their entertainment, and the college football fans that get hype, pre-shows or during the games. I feel like both of them have that atmosphere that can collide. And, it's not that far fetched. I mean, college football players love to hit each other, right? I mean, what are you doing in a WWE ring? I mean, you're beating each other, you're beating the crap out of each other, right?
Hey,
So,
I'll step into the ring with you, but just don't hit me.
but like,
Oh man.
and it's all good because, hey, Ballard, if you don't like that your team got a flag for hitting a quarterback too hard, okay, take your frustration, go watch WWE Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, and take all your frustration out
Yeah,
on
right.
WWE, and then come back next Saturday and watch some more good football. I mean, so I feel like it's a win-win situation for fans all around. Like, you want to see some hard hitting stuff, and I know people are going to be in the comments talking about WWE's fake or whatever, but that's a whole different conversation for a different day. The whole it's fake thing. Yeah, you get into a ring and you take a bump and then come back and tell me it's fake. Yes, it is
Right.
scripted. Yes, they already know who's going to win. It's scripted. But you jump off of a rope and do a backflip, and then you land on your neck wrong, and you come back and tell me after you broke your neck if it's real or fake. That's all I want to know. But anyways, I'm
Yeah.
not getting on that rant and
Um,
tangent.
get into the comments here. Shout out to the people watching. We got a couple people love and appreciate you guys. Andrew G _32. This is a little off topic. But Mayhem, if you want to talk about this a little bit, just because we got a question, will Florida be good this year? Assuming that
No,
this is all college football related, I would say no. I would agree with you, but I still like 6 or 7 wins is their ceiling.
I'd agree.
That also being said, Billy Napier does not know what he's doing, and the fact that they didn't let him go after this past season, I think is just flat out ridiculous and dumb. I think if he shocks the world and wins 8 or 9 games, maybe you keep him one more year. But if he goes 6-6 or 7-5, which he probably will, you got to tell him to hit the road.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think he should be winning 8 or 9 games this year,
He
but
should, but he probably won't.
he's not going to because
Have you seen their schedule?
they do have one of the harder schedules in the SEC and in the country, by the way.
And I'll give them that as the benefit of the doubt. Like, you do have a tough
No, I'm not.
schedule.
I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt, Ballard. I'm not doing that because the reason why I say I'm not giving him the benefit of the doubt is because I know everybody likes to troll Georgia Bulldog fans and say we have easy schedule. We had one of the hardest schedules in the country this past season too, and we won 10 games or 11 games or
Mhm.
whatever, right?
That's fair.
With the
That's fair.
with the SEC championship win, by the way, and a playoff
Yeah.
berth. So no, I'm not going to give Florida some slack because they have an SEC schedule and they got to play it. I mean, come on, dude.
Come
That's just
on,
my
man.
2 cents. That's just
Yeah.
my little 2 cents. But Florida's not going to be good. A hot take. We haven't done hot takes on here in a while. Not sure if this is a real hot take or not, but Billy Napier gets fired this year.
I look at the schedule too. I do think he gets fired. I thought it was honestly, I mean, if you want to give him one more year, that's fine. But look at their schedule, man. You're looking at LIU, USF. Okay, come on. Those are gimme wins. At LSU, at Miami back to back weeks. You're not winning probably either of those. Texas, you're not winning. That's 3 losses. A&M on the road, probably not. Could happen, but not likely. I mean, are we looking at 4 straight losses with a bye week on September 27th? And that I would be shocked, honestly, with the schedule they have if he makes it to November. Can I say that?
You can say that, yeah.
If he makes it to November, I don't know what I'll do, but I'll be shocked. I just will. I mean, because once you get into November, you got to play teams like Georgia, Say whatever you want about Florida State, but it is a rivalry game. I think it's on the road this year. No, it's at home. But you're going to have Kentucky on the road, Ole Miss, and Tennessee at home. Ole Miss on
So
the road as well. But yeah,
so here's my little quick prediction, real quick. LIU is a win. They're going to struggle with South Florida all the way up until probably the fourth quarter, just like we've seen with like Alabama in recent
Yeah.
years. But
Yeah.
they'll win that game, but they are going to struggle. They're going to win. They're going to get slaughtered by LSU. They're going to get beat by Miami.
Miami could crush Florida. I'm not picking Miami to do major things in college football this year. They should have no problem at home in week 4
So
just
I'm
beating
thinking
up
of
on Florida.
back-to-back losses here at LSU,
Mhm.
at Miami. They got a bye week. Now, here's my crazy hot takes.
Uh-oh.
Hear me out, Ballard. Hear me out.
Yeah.
This Texas game is going to be a crazy close game. I don't care
could
what
be.
you say. This is
Yeah.
at the Swamp. And
Yeah.
say what you want about Florida, and I would love to talk trash about Florida. But that's a tough environment, no matter who you are. I want to see real quick who. They have a bye week too. They got Sam Houston, but then they got to play Oklahoma the next week. So
Texas.
Texas, yeah. So I will say Texas does squeak by with a win.
That's a trap, though. I'm looking at their schedule. Sam Houston is good on where they play, but Texas will demolish them. But they get
I
that bye
think
week. They come off the bye week, but don't
Florida
underestimate before rivalry games. Don't underestimate those opponents.
will win either the Texas or Texas A&M. They're going to win one of those two games. You can count.
Yeah.
I will put up any type of bet that they will beat one of the Texas teams.
They won't win both, though. There's no way.
No, they're not winning both. They're going to lose one and win one. So that's going to be their first win. No, 1, 2, 3 wins. I have them at 3 wins, and then they'll beat Mississippi State. Can't get no worse than Mississippi State. They're going to lose to Georgia.
Yeah.
I say that they beat Kentucky.
5 wins. Who
One,
else? I
one,
think they
two,
get Florida. They could get Florida State too. That's I
3,
mean, they're
4,
going 6
5.
wins.
5. They'll get Florida State 6. So
Tennessee's at home.
they can easily get Tennessee, but remember, I'm not ready to predict that quite yet because I don't know what exactly Tennessee's going to look like. And remember, that's at the end of the year.
Yes.
So Tennessee at the beginning of the year might suck booty cheeks, but towards the end of the year, Tennessee might be looking strong and really good. You know, the old South Carolina. You know how South Carolina said, well, we did terrible in the beginning, but we won our last 6 games, so we should be in the playoffs, right? That could be Tennessee. They could lose their first 6 games, but then they can win 6 games in a row, and then they'll be hollering that they should be the 12th team in the playoffs, right? Because they went 6-0 in the last 6 games, that's a ridiculous argument, by the way. But
that's all you need to do, though. That's all you need to do, right?
that's what South Carolina fans told me.
That's what I heard too. All you got to do is win at least 6 games at the end of the year, and you have a really good chance at a national championship possibility.
That's literally what South Carolina fans told me. They lost a couple games at the beginning, but
they should have been in before we had been talked about. What am I talking about, man? Come on, man.
Yeah, exactly. So, but in all seriousness, that is a toss-up game. That Tennessee, I feel like that Tennessee game might decide his coaching game, his coaching in Florida.
Yeah.
That's the difference between his job and not his job. I think it could come down to that game. If they lose that game, they'll be what 5-6 at that point,
Possibly.
and then they have to beat Florida State to even make a bowl game, 6-6. So
It's
I
sad and
think
pathetic.
Tennessee is like a must win because if they lose that, they'll be at worst 4-7 if they
Yeah.
lose that game.
At
And
worst, going into that Florida State game, right?
yeah, at worst they'll be 4-7 if they lose the game, and then they'll have to beat Florida State to go 5-7, right?
Yeah.
But Tennessee, if they beat Tennessee, that will bring them to possibly at worst 5-6, and then they would have to beat Florida State to make a bowl game, right?
Hmm.
So I think one of these two games right here, Tennessee, Florida State, I'm looking at them two games and I'm saying one of them games is going to decide. I think Billy Napier has to win both of those games because
Okay.
he's going to have a hard time beating a lot of these teams. And by the time it gets down to the end of the year, he's going to have to, because he's going to suffer a loss to Ole Miss at Ole Miss. He's going to have to win both of them games to keep his job. That's my hot take. Tennessee, Florida State is a must win for Billy Napier if he wants to keep his job. Also, Ballard, I know we kind of deviated from the original lineup, but since we're already talking about coaches on the hot seat, do you want to go ahead and continue on and let's go ahead and get that conversation out the way? Let's do hot seats, and since we're already with the SEC, let's go ahead and start SEC.
Okay, and this is not a particular list. This is kind of like off the top of our head, right? I think we agreed on
Yeah, I mean, let's just start with
Billy Napier.
yeah, we
I
already
think we start with the SEC. You start with Billy Napier. We already talked about it. Let's move forward. Um,
Mississippi State. Do you give him one more year?
Levy.
Yeah.
I think you see what this year brings, and then you start talking about a hot seat for 2026.
So you think no matter what,
Yeah.
he goes 0-12, he's good.
Hey, this year? Oh
Yes.
no, if he goes like 0-12 or something crazy like that, he's out. But I mean, if he makes a bowl, he doesn't have to win one, but if he could make a bowl somehow, I think he's good. But so yeah, I guess technically this year is a make or break year for Jeff Levy.
What's the expected win total for him to keep his job?
5.5 over
Okay, 5. Just
making a
5 win.
bowl. Like
So it,
honestly, just winning some SEC games and then making a bowl game.
so if he
Win
goes
it if
five and
you can.
seven, if he goes 5-7, he's still there for at least one more year.
Maybe, but then after
Maybe.
that, I mean, 5-7 again is like,
Then
I
he's
mean,
out.
you're kicking a dead horse. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah.
So oops. All right. So let's go move on to the next hot seat team in the
Okay.
SEC. I know this is going to sound crazy, but Kentucky.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy because of Mark Stoops. I mean, he's just always been there, it seems like. But he has just fallen back so much. I don't know if Kentucky fans could put up with another type of losing season. What they win last year? 4?
Yeah.
Did they even make it? Oh my god. I don't know
Um.
if Kentucky fans will put up with that.
Yeah. I think like if they have another like disappointing season, I mean they have to make a bowl game, right? Or he's definitely on the hot seat this year.
I think I think they gotta make a bowl, but honestly, man, like
because you can't keep on.
I feel like year in and year out for Kentucky, anything shy of 7 wins. I'm not talking about just scraping the bottom of a barrel and getting to a bowl. I'm not talking about that. 7 or 8 wins is what they should be aiming for at a minimum. Because have they not had some seasons where, number one, they almost beat Georgia like last year, year before, maybe a couple years in a row, but also there was a couple years. It wasn't too long ago. It was like 2022, and weren't they knocking on the door of an SEC East and championship appearance? I mean, they were only a couple games away, and then they kind of lost to Georgia. I think lost to Florida. They lost to a couple SEC teams late. So I'm not trying to hype them up for an SEC title necessarily, but tier 3, middle of the road in the SEC instead of bottom feeders, that's Kentucky, man.
Now, yeah, I think Mark Stoops. I'll say this about Mark Stoops. He cannot keep on telling Kentucky, the University of Kentucky, hey man, remember them 10-win seasons I had? It seems like a long time ago now, right?
They'll go like, yeah, I remember what happened.
Yeah. So I think he cannot keep on doing that, right?
Right.
I feel like he can't do that. Uh, I don't think anymore, right? And it's not a good look if he does have a bad year this year. It's really not a good look whenever you think about how everything happened. He literally was headed to Texas A&M for that job before Mike Elko got hired. Texas A&M boosters rioted because they didn't want the hire. He was literally on an airplane. He got a phone call. Hey, bud, sorry, we don't need you anymore. We hired Mike Elko. And then literally Mark Stoops had to come back with his tail tucked between his hind legs and said, hey guys, hey Kentucky. That was just a joke, by the way.
Yeah.
I was always Kentucky's head coach. I was just joking. It was a prank, right? And it was just a really bad look. And then they ended up having a terrible season this past season. So, like, one more bad season, he really is out the door for real. I believe. I think he really is on the hot seat. Speaking
Well,
of
it's
hot
crazy to think
seats,
about. It's crazy to think about. I'll say this again. He started out so well at Kentucky, and the 2010s just seemed like a decade for Kentucky. But then 2020 and COVID hit, and ever since then, outside of maybe one season, like I said, where they seemed like they were knocking on the door of a SEC appearance, other than that, it's like it's just downfall. But anyways, who we got next?
um, Sam Pittman. Tell me about him. I
Oh,
mean, he's definitely on the hot seat, right?
unfortunately, I love his humor, his character. He just seems like a really good guy. But good guy doesn't get the job done. He's not getting the job done on the field. Off the field, he's building a great culture and everything. But Sam Pittman is kind of in that situation, not because of what he's done before, but because of what he needs to do now. I'd put him in the same category as Mark Stoops. I think it's ball or bust. And they've had some seasons like that, but they've also had some losing seasons. I I don't know, man. They gotta find a way to win the close games is what they gotta do and finish. And that's what's held them back. I mean, they've had some close calls, but man, if they can't consistently make ball games and then get to a point where they can win those ball games and stuff, I think they're wasting their time on a coach and Sam Pittman like that.
Yeah, I agree with literally everything you said. I have two more coaches. Now, if you want to add anybody else after I name these two, you're more than welcome to, but I only have two more. How about Oklahoma, Brent Venables?
Ooh,
Is
interesting.
it?
Okay.
Is he like? Is he on the hot seat, or did that Alabama win this past year really kind of save him from the hot seat this year? I mean,
What did
I
they end
think
up going last year? They go 7, was it 6 or 7 wins? Because it wasn't much, but they finished strong.
yeah,
Um,
they.
I don't I mean, I could get it because he was like, oh, he's been there a little while. But he just got into the SEC and he was able to beat teams like Alabama in his first year. And I mean, it's kind of, I guess it depends on who you are and how you look at it. I could see him being on the hot seat right now, but I could also get if you say, no, he's not on the hot seat just yet. But
I mean,
this, I
How
feel like
much?
I feel like they finished strong enough last year to where this year, if it's not good enough, I'm talking 8 games or more. I'm gonna put them up that high. If they can't win at least 8 games, maybe you put Venables on the hot seat in 2026.
I mean, how much longer is Oklahoma going to be okay with mediocrity? These 5, 6, 7 win
That's true
teams. I mean,
because
Oklahoma
they
is a.
used to be a powerhouse. They are a
They're.
powerhouse historically.
I mean, they're blue blood.
I Yeah, I could see it. I could see them being a blue blood. Yeah, they are.
Oklahoma back in the day and all the way up until old buddy left a few years ago.
Riley.
Yeah, right. Lincoln Riley. I mean, they were literally in playoffs. They were literally, facing Clemson.
They have like 2 like back-to-back Heisman winners and almost had 3 with Jalen Hurts, but Joe Burrow had it that year. I'll give them a pass on that.
I mean, I'm just saying, like Oklahoma was, you know,
You're dominant, man.
they, but now Brent Venables has taken over. Hadn't been able to get things rolling that well. Had some, letdown seasons. Oklahoma, I feel like as far as a complete team, this is the best put together Brent Venables team that they've had since he was head coach. Last year, I'll say this and I'll say it this year. I'll say it again. I said this numerous times. Oklahoma had a great team this past year.
Yeah.
The injury bug bit them in the behind early on in the season. Their wide receiver that we've talked about so many times on this channel, and I still can't think of his name.
Nick
Uh,
Anderson
yeah, Nick Anderson.
went to
He
LSU, right?
he
Or
went to
did he come from
LSU.
LSU?
He
Yeah, no,
went to
he transferred
LSU.
there. Yeah, yeah.
But he was supposed to be one of the best wide receivers in the country. Didn't even play at all.
Yep.
He was injured before the season started. So, I mean, he was already down, and then he did the quarterback hokey pokey, and then whenever that starts happening, that's a tragedy. He had several offensive linemen go down. He had several defensive guys get injured and stuff like that. To me, I remember South Carolina a few years ago whenever they went. I believe it was 5-7 or 6-6 or something like that. After they went, they had a pretty good year. They went 8-4, and then the next year they went like 6-6 or something like that, or 5-7, whatever it was. That year, South Carolina had a ton of injuries in the preseason, and I know injuries all count in football. I understand it's part of the game and stuff like that, but man, it's kind of like they were dealt the hand of cards that you definitely didn't want to be dealt with, right? I mean, you want to always start with a very healthy football team, and then as injuries come later in the season, you can deal with them, right? But you never
Yep.
want to start with a injured team. You don't want to start the season with an injured team, right? And I felt like a few years ago, Shane Beamer had that situation happen, and then we are seeing it now with Brent Venables this past year. he had a lot of injuries. So I feel like this year, if he does not win at least 8 games, I'm telling you, Ballard, there is definitely some questions for Brent Venables to get fired this year. And, it'll probably be in the offseason if he does get fired. I don't think they'll fire him mid-season, but there will be some definite questions if Brent Venables goes 5-7 or 6-6. He has to win. He might be able to keep his job at 7-5 one more year, but like you said, we might be talking about Brent Venables' hot seat 2026. But definitely, if he goes 6-6, 5-7, 4-8, and below, Brent Venables will be fired. I think Brent Venables has to win 8 games or more. The last one, kind of in the same situation here. Well, not really same situation, but but he has to win at least 8 or 9 games to keep his job. Hugh Freeze, Auburn.
Yeah,
Do you
I think
think
so. I mean, go ahead, but
this is
I got
the
some thoughts.
hot take? If Auburn wants to compete for the I think Auburn, not Arkansas, Auburn with the team that Hugh Freeze has, you put coaches like Nick Saban or Dabo Sweeney or Kirby Smart or any of these great head coaches. You put them as the head coach of this Auburn team, and I think everybody that watches college football would say Auburn's winning a national championship, or at least making the playoffs, making it deep into the playoff. Hugh Freeze has got an elite team this year. And yes, I'm an Auburn hater. I know you are an Auburn hater. That's one thing we got in common. We hate Auburn. But I got to give credit where credit's due. I love what they got going on. Last year, they had the worst quarterback situation of all time. And this year, I feel like their quarterback situation is 100 times better. They got the best wide receivers probably in the SEC. Whenever you look at it as a whole, they got a pretty good offensive line. Not a terrible offensive line, not the best either, but they have a winnable offensive line. If you look at their defense line is really good. Look at their secondary. It's not the best in the world, but it is great. It's great secondary, right? Any team would love to have their defense, right?
Right.
So they have a complete team, Ballard. They really do. They really, really do. And I'm the one that's saying it. I'm saying it as a Georgia fan. Hugh Freeze better win 8 games, or I feel like he's fired. He has to win 8. He has to. Ballard, you know how many times I have come on here and said, hey, Auburn has a pretty good team. They should win 8 or 9 games. I've said that last, 2 years, I think? And what has he done? Nothing. A couple years ago, he loses to New Mexico State or whatever, and then this past year he's losing to Vandy. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, come on, Auburn, what are you doing out here losing to Kentucky and Vandy and
Problem is not necessarily that he's losing to these teams. The problem is you got Cam Coleman, you got Perry Thompson, you got some elite defensive recruits that you brought in the last couple of years too. The problem is you're wasting your talent. You're wasting their time. Those guys did not go to Auburn just to be mediocre and win 5 games and lose to Vanderbilt, lose to New Mexico State, like you mentioned some of their losses. Bro, when's the last time they beat Georgia in the regular season?
yeah, had us on the rope a couple years ago.
I know. Alabama and Georgia are their rivals. That's what I'm fixing to get to. I know you're going to say, well, that doesn't matter because, they're just.
Well, it does
just
matter.
the top. It does matter.
It
Because
does.
they're
I agree.
rivalry games.
You have to win them.
2017, we had those two teams in the national title. which means they made the playoffs. Georgia, by the way, won the SEC. Georgia and Alabama then faced for the Natty. Beat them that year. Auburn beat both of them. Don't tell me that don't matter.
It does
You
matter.
got to beat your rival. You got to. If you're look, Mayhem, if you were an Auburn fan right now, and I said you could lose to Georgia and Alabama for the rest of eternity, right?
hmm
But every once in a while you win a championship or something. Now I know obviously everyone would love to do that, but does anyone really want to keep putting up with the fact that they lose to their rivals forever? What would you say?
I mean, I would like to beat my rivals
You'd
at
love
least.
some, yeah,
I mean, at least once every 7 to 10 years.
right.
I mean, they have two of the hardest rivals in college football right now.
They probably have the two toughest rivals. I think with Georgia and Alabama right now, that is like, I mean, come on, and you're in the SEC already.
So, I mean, I would at least, if I was an Auburn fan, which, that's making me sick already. But, anyways, like, if I was an Auburn fan, I'd have to be on the suicide hotline. No, I'm kidding. Anyways,
Oh my
no,
god. I was
but
not gonna go that far.
but but for real though, in all seriousness, like Auburn, I would expect to every 5 years. I would have low expectations. Every 5 years, I'm expecting to either beat Alabama or Georgia at least once every 5 years.
Or both if you can.
Yeah, I mean, within 10 years, I'm expecting to at least beat both of them. Now, that's very low expectations until I start seeing something out of my team that warrants that they should be beating both
And
of
I
them, right?
guarantee you, I think Auburn fans out there, and I wouldn't blame them for this. They say, well, once every 5 years is still not enough.
Well,
I would
me,
agree, but you gotta start somewhere.
yeah, you got to start somewhere. I would have really low expectations, not really expecting. I mean, you're talking about the best two teams that has really dominated football over the last few years, right? Alabama and
Yeah.
Georgia, but kind of crazy that Alabama hasn't won a championship since 2020. But that's not neither here nor there. But that's not the
It's
point.
off topic.
Yeah, but the whole point is Hugh Freeze. You better win eight. If you don't win 8 games, bro, Auburn better fire you. They better. They have to.
I don't know who they're
Because
gonna get next. Shoot, I'm gonna take it to my grave. They made a mistake and jumped the gun on firing Gus Malzahn. I know that he
yeah,
had a bad COVID year and stuff, but I will take it to my grave because this guy got you to a national championship. He's a great offensive mind, and when he was calling plays, which why on earth he didn't do it every single season, call plays. When he did, he beat Georgia. He beat Alabama. Even if he didn't, he played them close and found a way to keep it going, right? And got you. I mean, how many 10-win seasons did he have? He had a couple. He had a couple out there. That's not bad. He made 2 SEC titles in a 4-year span.
hmm
I mean, I will be the first on here to say that was the biggest college football mistake of at least this past decade. I mean, there's been some pretty outrageous like firings and stuff, but that just tops the cake, man. Like they should have never took Malzahn and said, "You're out of here." They just should have never done that.
yeah, I 100% agree with you. He's having success there, and I don't know what happened there, but that was awful, and they should never have fired him. But at least he got a nice payday. I think they're probably still paying him still today. I think maybe
I
possibly, but
guarantee. Well, I mean, for a while they couldn't afford his buyout, and I think they're still paying this guy.
well, let's go over and talk about. I think that's it for the SEC. If you have anybody else, I mean, you're more than welcome to let me know. But I think that's it on the hot seat, at least for me, anyways.
I think we've covered everybody that we need to, at
Yeah,
least
and
on
then
defense, right?
okay, let's start talking about um the Big 12. Let's go over to the Big 12, shall we?
Okay.
Okay, the first guy I have on my list, and you're gonna call me crazy. Well, actually, I'll go ahead and say this guy first. Dave Aranda, Baylor.
Ooh.
I mean, dude had so much hype, and now it's getting kind of embarrassing. Like all the people that were big Dave Aranda fans, including myself, are kind of like hiding in in a cave somewhere or in a hole, saying, "Oh, you, oh, I said that. Oh, I'm sorry." Like Dave Aranda had a lot of hype and as a head coach, and he's just really not a head coach. He's just not. I think I can say that as you know, um, he's definitely on the hot seat. He did this past year win 8 games, but is that enough? Is that enough?
Right.
Is that
Well,
enough to save his job if he goes 5-7 this year?
I mean, Dave Aranda's like, I mean, they hired the guy from LSU. Clearly, after they won a title. By the way, I mean, this guy was a genius out there. What was he? Co-offensive coordinator or something? Or was
Yeah.
he defense? Was he their defense? Anyway, I mean, this guy had a target on him. Like everyone was trying to get this guy, and Baylor ended up with the sweepstakes. They didn't bring him in for nothing, and that's what he's done is nothing. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't expect them to put up with him for another at least 2 or 3 years, maybe you give him this year, but after that, like, it's pedal to the metal, like, you better get it in gear.
So,
I mean, and
I
even if it's bad enough this year, they could let him go, but I don't know. I never want to predict coaching fires within a year, you know? It's hard to do that.
and then here's another guy that's kind of on the same boat with Dave. Now, Dave Aranda did win 8 games,
Mhm.
but is that good enough to keep him as the head coach of Baylor for 2 more years? I mean, I really still think if he goes 7-5, or well, I'll say 5-7 or 6-6, I still think you gotta fire him, bro. Like I don't know. Same with this guy, Joey McGuire, Texas Tech. Uh,
Yeah.
how many times, Ballard, over the past couple of years have you heard that Texas Tech was winning the Big 12? A ton. Why are they
Yeah.
always the offseason champs of the Big 12? And
I don't
they
know.
don't do
And
nothing.
they never. Yeah.
They lost 5 games. They went 8-5. Yeah, they won 8 games. Good. But Texas Tech, with the talent they had, should be winning more than that in the Big 12. I'm not saying that they should play a SEC schedule and roll through that, no problem. But come on, Texas Tech, bro, they should be winning games and not losing 5 games. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
just his record's not the best, 23-16. It is a winning record, but like, dude, I feel like the hype that Joey gets every single year in the offseason is not matching up to the amount of wins that he's getting. Or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so and everybody's thinking Texas Tech is gonna take over the Big 12. When is it gonna happen, Joey? But I guess if Texas Tech is happy with winning 7 or 8 games a year, I guess keep Joey. But I don't know. What's your thoughts on that?
Mm, I don't really have much thoughts, honestly. I don't. I mean, Texas Tech. I don't know, man. They just that like you said. I mean, they get the off-season hype, but if a team gets all the hype, they better deliver and prove why we talk about them. Otherwise, I feel like it's wasted breath.
Hmm.
I'll throw
Now,
another team out there. Or do you have some more on Texas Tech?
no, I'm good. What's the next team?
Mm, he was at Louisville and he did okay, and then Cincinnati got him. What are your thoughts on the Bearcats and Scott Satterfield?
Yeah, I think he has what two losing seasons.
Yeah, at
Um,
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati was once a playoff contender in that.
They
Um,
made it. You know.
yeah, under a different head coach,
Yeah.
which is now at Wisconsin. But we'll talk about them a little bit later. But maybe not. But if he has another losing season, yeah, you definitely got to think about getting rid of his hide.
Yeah.
What about
Trying to
this
think who
guy?
else. Go ahead.
What about this guy? Brent Brennan,
Oh,
Arizona.
don't tell me where he's at. He's don't tell me. I gotta know this. Brent Brennan, Arizona.
Yeah,
No. It is Arizona?
yeah.
Okay, okay.
I
Um,
mean, I
yeah.
know he had that really good. Was it 9-3 season
No. Well, he
a
had
couple
this
years
losing
ago?
season last year. No, Jed Fish did. Remember?
Oh yeah, that is
Jed
true.
Fish. And then he took a job elsewhere. I'm forgetting where he's at now. Um, but
Yeah,
Brennan
Washington,
came in.
Washington.
Washington. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He replaces DeBoer. That's right. Okay, so he replaces DeBoer. Brent Brennan comes in. Arizona um just tips over and just gives up. I mean,
But
they straight up gave up, man.
I'm gonna tell you something.
And they got a good
Brent
quarterback in Fafita too. Like they got good offensive talent there.
Brennan lost. So he had a tenure before he got hired at Arizona. He had a tenure at San Jose State where he had 4 losing seasons in 7 years.
Dang.
And then they hire him, and then they have a losing season.
Yeah.
What did you expect, Arizona? That he's going to automatically win because he's at Arizona?
Oh my gosh.
He's just not good. I mean, I guess you give him one more year, and I guess he'll be on the 2026 hot seat. But or do you put him on this year? I mean, do you expect him to win 6 and 7 games? I mean, what's your thoughts on this?
I think you have to expect it, but don't get your hopes up. Because I mean, they could either be as good as they were a couple years ago or as bad as they were last year. I mean, maybe there's an in between with 5 or 6, but dude, I think if they don't make a bowl game and get something going, like again, this is just one of those teams. Like Brent Brennan's out the door.
Yeah. I will ask you about this guy.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know what to think of him. I was kind of thinking like, do I put him on the hot seat? Do I not? Scott Frost. He had really
I knew
great
you were. I had a feeling you were going to get to him, but oh, I don't know. Go on though. Go
because he
on.
had a really great first tenure. He had a really good
He
first
did great.
tenure.
He never really failed at UCF. I don't even know
But
how
then,
many years was he there though. Like
uh,
1? And then he went to Nebraska and just
no,
his basically
he was there
he
for
wasn't there too
more than one
long.
year. Scott Frost.
Anyway,
I mean, it's a quick.
he's a national champion head coach.
He is.
Yeah, 2017. Only undefeated team. Congratulations.
He was
They
at
got a banner to
UCF.
prove it.
He was at UCF for 2 years,
Yeah. Okay.
and then
2
now
years.
he has 1 year at UCF now currently.
But he was
But
at Nebraska for about the same length. I mean, he wasn't there. I mean, it was about 3 seasons. But anyway, forget how long it was. He didn't do anything. And now
no,
he's
he
back at
didn't.
UCF. Now he's number one. He's replacing Gus Malzahn. Gus Malzahn going
Yeah,
to get it going.
no, what?
That's what's interesting. Well, he did get it going. I I literally just spit those words out. I do that sometimes, so I apologize. He chose to take the OC job at Florida State. Thank you.
So,
That's what I meant to say.
so Gus Malzahn had a couple of 9-win seasons there at
Yeah.
UCF, and then his last year at UCF, I guess he was in autopilot, or I guess he didn't care, or I don't know what the deal was, but he went 6-6, lost the bowl game or whatever, right? And had a disappointing year, right? So, um, yeah, I felt like he was really successful at UCF. Other than that, 1 year, other than that 1 year, he started in 2021. He went 9-4. 2022, he went 9-5.
Yeah.
2023, he went 6-7, and then 2024, this past season was not his season. This was Scott Frost's first year, 4-8. So not already a bad look for the national championship winning head coach. But I do say that he probably won't be on the hot seat just because UCF's going to give him a couple years to kind of fix things, because they'll give him the benefit of the doubt because he is a national championship winning coach for UCF. So they'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I think they'll give him at least 2 more years, but I would have him on the hot seat if he went 4-8 again, is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So that's kind of like done with the Big 12 there, right? For me, anyways.
Yeah.
Um,
I got nothing else.
Want to go ahead and get the ACC out of the way?
I mean, we can. What time? Oh, dude. What time are you going to bed? It's 11:35 for you.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, bro.
You sure?
I mean,
All right.
yeah.
I mean, we can
Look.
keep going if you want to, but I mean, if not, we can
No,
save them for the next show. But no, we can keep
no,
going.
we're not. We're
Um,
not. We're giving the fans what they want. Ballard,
what fans?
the one fan that's in here, the one that's watching,
All
and
right, let's
Andrew.
do a.
We're giving the two fans what they want that's in here. Comment down
All right.
below what college football fan are you? Comment. Let's get the comments.
Yeah.
You got 2 people in here. We should have 2 comments. All right.
All right.
Anyways.
Let's do the ACC. Let's get it going.
All right. Pat Narduzzi is definitely on this list.
Yeah, I like it. Let's go.
All right, you name one.
Oh, who's Stanford got?
Stanford. I think
Stanford.
they just hired. Didn't they just hire them? Frank Wright,
They
or
just
whatever.
Oh, that's right. So never mind that. Let's see. ACC. I got to think because they've added some teams now. I mean, I'll say this about
Mike Norvell. Come on, easy.
yeah, Mike Norvell. I think there's more coaches that are gonna have more time than there are that are heading out the door. That's my opinion.
So I'll say
Oh,
this.
I got one. I got one. Tony Elliott, Virginia.
Oh yeah, he's definitely on the hot seat.
Yeah, that's
Um,
probably at the top of my list.
so you know, you got Brent Pry on the list too.
Yeah, Virginia
Tony
Tech.
Elliott, Pat Narduzzi, definitely Pat Narduzzi. He has to win 7 games to keep his job, I believe. Um, the rest of them are kind of new. I mean, all right, so you got Bill Belichick, he's new. Frank Wright, he's new. You got Fran Brown, he just won 9 or 10 games, so he's good. Manny Diaz, I think he's okay now. I think he's good. I think he's
He's
pretty safe.
okay. He's still, I mean, he just still kind of just got there, but
Yeah,
this
I
is
think he's good.
probably a I think this is probably a make or break year to either put him on the hot seat or not in 26.
And
That
then Brent Key, he's good.
Brent Key's awesome. I
Rhett
think he's doing
Lashley,
great.
Rhett Lashley just made the playoffs. He's good. Mario
SMU, yep.
Cristobal, Mario is good.
Dabo's
Jeff
good, obviously.
Jeff Brom, he's good.
Louisville, yep, yep.
Dave Doran, is he good?
NC State, right?
Yeah.
So, ooh, I don't know. I would lean more towards he is than he isn't, but that I wouldn't take it to the bank on it. Like I wouldn't place $500. I wouldn't place $1 on. Oh, I bet you $1 that they're going to come out with the list and he's going to be on the hot seat list. I wouldn't even do that. I don't know. I mean, he's been there a while, and NC State is they're good, but that's about it. But I don't think he's done anything bad enough to where you can say he needs to go.
And then
And
you
I
got
don't know. I don't even know if I'd put this year as a make or break year. I don't know.
Justin Wilcox.
Justin Wilcox.
Yeah.
Wilcox.
Cal.
Cal. Okay. Cal. Yeah. That's
But honestly, does Cal even care about football? I think
I
he's pretty. I
don't
mean, he's
know.
been there since 2017. Um, I think he's fine. I mean, he's already been there that long. Give him another year,
Yeah.
might as well. Jake Dickert, Wake Forest, he's fine. They don't really care about football either. He would have to. Both of them guys would have to go like 0-12 to get fired. I feel like they can go 3-9 and still be safe for the job. But that's pretty much the ACC there, guys. And then the last one is the Big Ten.
Yep.
Obviously, UCLA's right. I mean, Deshaun Foster. He's got Nico. I'm about to leave you, and if Deshaun Foster don't do anything, he's about to leave you as well.
Yeah.
Um,
UCLA. Oh, can I say it? I want to say
yeah.
it. I want to say it.
Okay.
Your thoughts on drum roll Lincoln Riley.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Lincoln Riley's pretty safe.
Really?
Yeah,
Ah, he ain't as good as he once was.
but he's as good once as he ever was. Right? And I ain't as good as I once was. I can't. Anyway. No, but in all seriousness, like, Lincoln Riley, his name will carry him at least a couple more years before they have to split ways. I think he
He's
has a
got
name.
three. I mean, the guy's got multiple playoff appearances, no
His
playoff
name,
wins,
the name
but
Lincoln
he's
Riley.
got I will give to his credit 3 Heisman No, 2. No, yeah. 3 Heisman winners. Baker, Kyler, and Caleb. Of course. Uh, yeah, I mean, he's putting out good talent, and he knows what he's doing offensively. Now, defensively, he doesn't care. Therefore, he can't win the big time games that he needs to win, which could get him to a championship. But other than that, like I don't see how you like you got to have a set to really let him go, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I think
Trying to think. Jonathan Smith just got to town with
not
Michigan
really.
State.
He's been there a few years.
No, where was the Mel Tucker thing? 2023? I mean, he's
Yes.
entering like year 2, year 3.
Yeah, he's Johnson's. Yeah, he's year 2, year 3. Um,
Nate says
I mean,
Sharon Moore is not on the hot seat. What do you think?
no, he definitely is on the hot seat. What?
Nate, Nate, come on, man.
Cerrone?
I mean, they went from 15-0 to 7-5,
If he goes 5-7,
and
he's
they
fired.
cheated. Oh, I know.
I mean, they already want to
Dude,
fire him anyway.
I'd fire for Michigan standards. I would fire him at 6-6. I don't
Cerrone
care if you
Moore.
win a bowl game.
Cerrone is going to be eaten at Shoney's. I mean,
What about
I let me see.
I
I
think
mean, they don't really have. They
Illinois,
don't really. No, Illinois is good. They're good.
right? Illinois is good. I
Um,
think Matt Rule's okay at Nebraska for the moment. I think
I think. What about Kirk Ferentz? I mean, I know
Iowa. Oh,
he won
yeah,
8 games in 2024.
yeah.
He's been in the Big Ten title a couple of times with Michigan 2 times. I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's really at the hot seat level, but
I
like,
think he's been in Iowa too long to where they're going to put him on a hot seat. I think
I don't think there's any more. I think we already named all the guys for the. I mean,
for that I mean means something. Like obviously the Ryan Daves, the James Franklins, and the Lannings, they shouldn't even be talked about right now. But I mean, who else is out there?
I mean, I
I
think
mean,
I think the only ones that are really, I mean, the only ones that are really to me that are on the hot seat is definitely Deshaun Foster.
who's
Deshaun
that?
Foster,
Let me see.
UCLA.
Northwestern. Did we mention Northwestern?
Well, I
Who's that
mean,
coach? Is it still Narduzzi?
no.
No, he's gone. Trying to think of who replaced him though.
Remember Pat Fitzgerald got fired because of the whole, you know, the whole
David Brown.
entire. Yes, he's new.
Well, he's entering year 3.
Yeah, but he won what 8-5. He went 8-5 his first year, won the Big Ten Coach of the Year, and then he didn't have a really good year this past year. But come on, it's Northwestern. So
Yeah.
I mean, to say that he's on the hot seat is kind of crazy to me. I mean, whenever I think of Northwestern, if you ask me every single year for the rest of my life, what is Northwestern's record going to be? I'm going to say what 5-7, 6-6, 4-8.
Yeah. I think
I
by the
mean,
way, did I say Narduzzi? Because that's Pitt. Not Pat Narduzzi, Pat Fitzgerald. I apologize. So
yeah, he
to
he
correct
got fired. He got fired because of the car wash
you. Right.
situation.
Yeah.
If you know, you know. I ain't going to explain it. Just look it up. The hazing situation there at Northwestern. got fired after he said that he had no idea what was going on, and people was doing car wash nastiness, you know, on there. I'm not going to say what it is, but if you know, you know. But yeah, I think that's it for actually the rest. Because I'm not doing group of 5 or anything like that, so not going to do that. But we kind of started backwards. We're going to get into our last topic of the night, which was supposed to be the first topic, but I think we can knock this out in 10 minutes. So we'll end it right at midnight my time. I think we could do this right at 10 minutes. Let's see how good I can get it. But let's just kind of highlight Big 12 Media Days, Ballard. So, day one was pretty much a lot of interviews. They did a lot of interviews with Arizona State, Iowa State, Baylor, Cincinnati, UCF, Texas Tech, Kansas State, Colorado, Oklahoma State, and Kansas. West Virginia, Houston, TCU, Arizona, Utah coaches and players. They pretty much did a bunch of a whole lot of interviews. Day one. I do want to talk about, if it'll let me get there. I'm gonna kind of skim through this article here. All right, let's talk about Deion Sanders. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way because Ballard loves talking about Deion. I'm just kidding. But Deion Sanders says Colorado is improved from 2024. This is from the USA Today. Deion tells ESPN he thinks Colorado has a better team than last year, despite losing quarterback Shedeur Sanders and Heisman winner Travis Hunter. He said, "quote They were great players. We have a better team. It is a difference between great players and a great team. We have a better team, but we can never replace those type of players. It might take 3 players on offense to replace a Travis Hunter. It might take 2 players to replace a Shedeur Sanders, and that's what we brought here." He also said, "We feel like we have better defense for sure, and a better offense, more understanding of the scheme." He also says that they have a quarterback competition. He said, because the Liberty transfer, Kadon Salter, and true freshman Julian Lewis, he said, and I quote, we brought both of them because I don't know which one is going to start," Deion said. He also comments on his health. He says, and I quote, I'm really not going to tell you much. I'm not going to talk about my health. I'm here to talk about my team." He also said, "I'm living good. I'm living lovely. Not a care in the world." That's pretty much all I'm going to say about Deion Sanders and what he had to say as far as Big 12 Media Days. I need to get your thoughts on this, Ballard. Just everything I said about Deion.
Well, I think we know that his health is not the best right now. That's his personal business, though. If he wants to put it out there, that's fine. If he doesn't, that's also fine. Not going to say we don't care. Not going to say we don't need to know. But it's his responsibility. It's his business. What were the other topics you mentioned there?
He was saying that he's got a better team than he does last year.
No, no, he doesn't. What else?
He said that he doesn't know who he's going to start at quarterback, whether it's the true freshman, or if it's the transfer, Kadon Salter, or true freshman Julian Lewis.
I could get that, not knowing who's going to start at quarterback just yet, but figure it out by fall camp, I'd say, and don't tell us until week 1, just like every other coach. So,
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's fair.
Do you think there's a world where he does a 2 quarterback system type deal?
Maybe. it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, we haven't really seen it, but because it's been Daddy Dion and Shador's show, but um, he could do a 2 QB system and do the old hokey pokey.
And it won't work out either. But I think Kadon Salter or Slaughter or whatever, Sergeant Slaughter, whatever his name is, I think he should probably get the start because he has, he has experience in starting, and true freshman may not be the way to go. But that's just my 2 cents into it. But I mean, what do you think?
I mean, I would agree. I think that some teams out there, some coaches have proven themselves to where you could trust them with the true freshman. Uh, but I don't think Dion's one of those coaches out there. And again, when I say all this, like I love Dion, I really do. But I gotta call the truth what it is. He hasn't shown me anything to where I say, you know what, I trust this coach no matter who he puts in at quarterback. Because I don't know, man. I wouldn't.
Yeah. So moving on to Utah. Now, I don't know why, Ballard, but Utah has become my favorite team in the Big 12. I want them to win the Big 12 every single year. I don't know why, Ballard. I really don't know why. They have really. I love Kyle Whittingham, man. I love it. He's
Yeah.
built up. He's tough, man. He's tough. He is. I mean, he's entering his 21st season at Utah. He has seen it all. He's literally, group of five, power five. He's won, conference championships. He's beaten Alabama. He's done it all. He's won major bowl games. He's done it all. He's won Pac-12 championships. He's moved now to the Big 12. Let's see if he can at least win a Big 12 championship. If he does, he'll secure his name, in my opinion, into the College Football Hall of Fame, in my opinion. Like, he is a legend in his own right, even if he doesn't get a Big 12 title. But I would love to see him get one before he hangs it up. Speaking of him hanging it up, he's already announced once he retires that defense coordinator Morgan Scaley will be the new head coach of that program. He is just the current coach in waiting. So, with that being said, he was supposed to retire this season, but he said, and I quote, couldn't step away after a disappointing 2024 season. So he is coming back to, try to finish this up, put, a little bow on his career. He wants to end it in a good way. Hopefully, he is going to end it as Big 12 champs. I'm hoping, right? But you got a lot of great teams in the Big 12, so it's going to be a tall task to do it. But Kyle Whittingham has won the Pac-12 whenever the Pac-12 was absolutely stacked, and I'm talking about like Southern Cal whenever they were good. They had freaking Oregon. They had freaking Oregon State whenever they were winning 9 and 10 games. I mean, they had pretty much Washington whenever they were, in the national championship a few years ago. I mean, they pretty much had a stacked from top to bottom of just a few years ago. And my boy Kyle Whittingham and that Utah team has managed to win not one, but back-to-back Pac-12 championships. And so my thoughts on this is like, I'm hope Kyle Whittingham and this team can win at least 8 or 9 games. I'd love it if they won 10 or 11 and got to the Big 12 title game and won it and made a playoff berth. At least so Kyle Whittingham can have that on his resume as he retires. But that's just what I want. That's but man, it's gonna be sad whenever Kyle Whittingham goes. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, man, he's just been fun to watch. Utah's been fun to watch. But he's closer to the end than the beginning. And I don't, man, it's just Utah's just been fun to watch, man, and he's been fun to listen to and hear, and he's just a really good coach, and he's one of the best to basically not have done it all. Like, and when I say that, like he doesn't have a national championship. Um, he's got to be the best active coach right now that doesn't have one,
Yeah,
at
I
least in my book. I'm
um,
trying to well, not like based.
I mean, based off of accolades, that would go to Lincoln Riley. But as far as like current great head coaches, yeah, I would agree.
I would talk likable coaches. How about that?
Okay, yeah,
Like,
Kyle Whittingham.
how do you not like a guy like Whittingham?
Yeah, especially you know he's been with Utah since the beginning. He took a group of five team that beat Alabama, went to the Power Five team, and whenever the Pac-12 was dying, he came into the Big 12. They won a couple of Pac-12 championships back to back. Whenever everybody thought it was 100% going to be Oregon one year, and then the next year it's going to be Southern Cal, but nope, it was Utah.
Yeah.
And I have a couple of quotes, and then we'll move on from this. Kyle Whittingham, on his decision to return, he said, and I quote, "I couldn't step away on that note. It was too frustrating and too disappointing. We had we won the championship last year, I might not be sitting here." Pretty much saying that he would probably have retired. So he also says, "It just left a bad taste in my mouth. I did not want to miss the opportunity to try to get that taste out." So hopefully he gets that taste out and can retire a happy man. Um, some good news as far as Kansas goes in the Big 12. Lance Leopold says Jalen Daniels is healthy. And that is really good news as far as Kansas goes because Jalen Daniels is Kansas football. Without him, they are hot garbage dumpster juice. With Jalen Daniels, they are a 6, 7, 8 win football team, and that's facts. Let's if you don't believe me, all we got to do is look up Kansas football schedule from last season, and we'll be able to tell you that um, that they had a string of losses at Illinois, UNLV, West Virginia, TCU, Arizona State, string of losses whenever Jalen Daniels was not playing. And did Jalen Daniels get injured? Yeah, he didn't even. I don't even think he in 2024 did he even. I don't even. He didn't even play. I don't even think in 2024. So I mean, and they went uh 5-7, but whenever he did play, they were 5-0 before he got injured, and then Kansas was absolutely crap after that. So that just goes to show you how much they need this man, Lance Leopold. Saying that Jalen Daniels is healthy is huge. Um, so, what's your thoughts on that?
Can you repeat the quote? I'm sorry about that.
Oh, Lance Leopold saying that Jalen Daniels, the quarterback, is healthy.
Oh, I mean, that's good for Kansas. Um, I don't know if it's necessarily true or not, but I mean, sometimes you got to take a coach at his word. Um, but if he is healthy, then we have Kansas football. If not, there is no Kansas football. I would say this. I think without a quarterback like that, I really don't see much for Kansas. I am not saying they don't have receivers, but I mean, do they really have much at quarterback depth if Jaden Daniels is not healthy? I mean, mm,
Hello?
hello.
You
I
there?
got done speaking. Did you
Oh.
hear? Did you miss all that?
No, I didn't hear the last part of it. Sorry.
Oh, I was saying that I feel like without Jalen Daniels, Kansas State is just another basically average or below average team.
Yeah, I agree with that. I got like three more things to say, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Put a bow on it, and really quickly. Mike Gundy with Oklahoma State. He is reflecting on the unknowns for Oklahoma State. He says, and I quote, "The offseason for us has been crazy. Whenever I used to go on vacation in July, I'd have a really good idea who our two deep was going to be. In most cases, who the starting quarterback was going to be." He also says, I quote, "I'm going to try to go on vacation in a week or so, and I'm not sure that I know who will be the starters in the 8 of the 22 spots, not counting special teams. Coaches understand that it's going to have to happen faster in August than it ever has been before, so we can get established, so we can create some identity, hopefully develop some team chemistry, and get ready to play in the first game." So, he also is trying to figure out his quarterback situation. Says he is figuring out whether it's going to be Zane Flores or Hoss Hingy, who transferred from TCU in the offseason. To be honest with you, you could just put any of them out there because I've never heard of them before, and they're probably both butt cheeks. So, bro, Mike Gundy put somebody out there. Um, Neither quarterback has taken a snap for the Cowboys. Gundy also said Oklahoma State has 35 new players, 18 of which are via the transfer portal. I need your thoughts.
What was that last part about the portal you said?
He has 18 of the 35 new players that came from the transfer portal.
Man, that's using the portal pretty well, I guess. But he's trying to rebuild his team. He's trying to rebuild his confidence in his team, or the confidence the team has in their coach, and just trying to rebuild the brand and everything. But eight, I don't, I don't know, man.
Question.
Huh.
Z- Let's help Mike Gundy out with this quarterback situation. Zane Flores or Hoss Hingy?
Flores?
Think it should be Flores?
Uh,
I'm gonna
probably.
be I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know any of
Uh,
them. I don't know who they are.
I didn't want to say it, but I agree. I don't know these guys.
So
I
just
don't know, dude. Like I don't.
just
I,
just put one of them
it's
out there,
funny.
and,
It is so funny to hear coaches talk about certain players, and and, and we're supposed to be experts on this stuff, and you're just like, wait a minute, where was he last year?
yeah. I
Why
mean,
are we not Phoenix? Like,
I definitely don't claim to be an expert on on Oklahoma State football. I mean, I knew a lot of their players a few years ago whenever they had that freaking star of a quarterback that transferred to Ole Miss. What was his name? That ended up not really doing anything at Ole
Spencer
Miss.
Sanders.
Yeah, I mean, I was really high on Oklahoma State back then, but and then they had that really good wide receiver a few years ago as well. He was really good. But outside of that, like, bro, I haven't really cared about Oklahoma State football, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I am a big fan of them now. You know what I mean? I think Mike Gundy should have probably hung it up like 5 years ago, but that's just my opinion. He keeps on, he's the gift that keeps on giving, and I think he has overstayed his welcome at Oklahoma State, and that's one that we forgot to mention in the hot seats. But I'd probably I would have got rid of him years ago.
Yeah.
Um, them two quarterbacks, who really gives a rip? I mean, they're both probably below average quarterbacks. Put one out there, let the guy sink or swim, because, like, bro, I mean, they're both garbage. I mean, I would have.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say this, but if I was him, I would have went to the transfer portal and got Peyton Thorne. Where's that guy at? Or is he already out of college?
He's out. He left
Wow.
Auburn.
I
and
would have
went,
went and got somebody. I would have went and gotten somebody. I would have went and got Auburn's freshman quarterback. What's his name? Like Noah Brown or something. I don't know. One of them guys. I would have went and got. I would try to get poach them or something. I mean, both of them guys that you have now, they are absolute hot garbage.
Yeah.
And they will probably go 5-7 or 4-8, and you'll come back to this video and say, "Hey, Mayhem Matthew told you so." But anyways, Willie Fritz has high praise for Connor Wegman. So, Houston coach Willie Fritz, he is getting Connor Wegman. He has supposed to be one of the best quarterbacks in the Big 12, but he said, and I quote, "I think he could be a top quarterback in the Big 12. I think Connor is really excited for this fresh start." The only thing I'm going to say about this, Connor Wegman he's very injury prone. So, like, if Connor Wegman can have a full entire year without getting injured or anything like that, I think Willie Fritz is correct. I think he could have a really good year, but he could also have a terrible year if he has another one of these injury deals.
Yeah.
And what's your thoughts on that?
I don't know.
And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about, and we're going to get off here, is Rich Rod. He was the head coach at West Virginia from 2001 to 2007. Coach Pat McAfee and coached actually some of the best West Virginia teams of all time. I'm pretty sure Geno Smith was the quarterback. He had that really good running back that I should know his name, but I'm drawing a blank because it is after midnight here. But Rich Rod, I want to know what's your thoughts on him getting rehired at West Virginia? Do you think he'll have immediate success? Do you think he's going to need a couple years under this new NIL era that we're in college football? Will he pick up where he left off and start running it really well? He has had he is wanting to run a similar offense to what he did before. Very fast tempo. He said, and I quote, "It was more fun 20 years ago when everybody wasn't running tempo and was not prepared for it. Now everybody kind of runs it and he's going to be running it as well. Very fast paced offense. He wants to do that. So let me know what you think about the hiring of Rich Rod, and what's your thoughts on West Virginia as a whole, and how they're going to fare out this season.
I think they're going to be pretty good. I mean, you're looking at 7, 8 wins maybe to start out, but Rich Rod did really well his first time around at West Virginia, and he comes over from Jacksonville State. Uh, excuse me. Um, and he did pretty good there. I mean, the guy's really, really good, and he's recruiting great. He's building up his own culture again. I do have questions about, how does he consistently year in and year out recruit with the portal and NIL? But other than that, I mean, I have high expectations for Rodriguez.
Yeah, I do too. And then I did want to read this. Um, Pete Thamel came out a couple days ago, switching gears to BYU. And Pete Thamel came out with this thing called, and he said, and I quote, "The woman who accused BYU's quarterback Jake Retzlaff of sexual assault in a civil suit has withdrawn her civil case." Sources tell me in ESPN that paperwork has been filed to end the case. That also comes after BYU quarterback Retzlaff intended to enter the transfer portal. So uh, it's mighty weird how he enters the transfer portal, and uh, now the woman withdrawn her civil case. That's kind of weird to me. But anyways, so the quarterback battle was mentioned in the Big 12 media days, and so the head coach was asked about the quarterback battle, and he asked they was uh, the status of BYU quarterback Jake Retzlaff was a big story in the Big 12 media days during most of Kalani takes time on the main stage to open Big 12 media days. He was asked questions about quarterback situation for the 24-25 season. He didn't specifically comment on Retzlaff's status with the team, but he did note he would let Retzlaff be the first to comment on the situation. He also said, and I quote, "I think right now, I mean, first of all, I love Jake. We all love Jake, and we appreciate all that he's done for our program. I think it'll be inappropriate for me to make a statement on this situation first. I think that is right. I think it's a private matter. He can speak for himself, and I'm going to give him the opportunity to do that." Despite the reported departure of Retzlaff, um, the head coach remains confident in the quarterbacks he has in the program less than a month before camp opens. So Retzlaff still hasn't left BYU. There are reports that he is, pretty much in the transfer portal and looking for a new team. Hasn't came up with a new team and hasn't left BYU yet. So I guess right now he is, currently I believe he had a 7 game. I thought I seen where he had a 7 game. Um, he was going to be benched for 7 games because of what happened, but I could be wrong about that. But I'm pretty sure I saw that somewhere. But basically, the quarterbacks that the head coach has, he says that he is confident in what he has in the program, and I think they're getting ready, without Retzlaff, because that's probably what's going to happen. So, give me your thoughts on this.
Well, I mean, the coach defends his quarterback. That happens. You see that all the time. Uh, I mean, here's the thing. Retzlaff came out and admitted personally that he broke the school's honor code, you know? And people started to um, run with that. And then he was accused of, oh, it was more than sex or whatever. But uh, I don't. What? What?
No, I didn't say nothing.
Yeah, you did. You said Ballard. You were trying to call me out.
No, I didn't say nothing. I promise. Go back and watch it.
All right. All right.
But
I lost myself a little bit.
oh, you're good. I mean, just to sum it up, he broke the honor code, but he said that everything that he did with the lady was consensual, according to Jake Retzlaff, and but the lady had a civil suit against him. He put his name in the transfer portal, and then all of a sudden, the woman took the civil suit down. So the civil suit is uh, was was dismissed, and then now you have I believe I heard where he was going to be suspended for 7 games or something like that because he broke the code, the honor code or whatever at BYU. So he's currently still looking for a place. And to sum it all up, the head coach of BYU was asked about all this drama and about the quarterback battle going on, and he said his quarterbacks that he is very confident in them, and they'll be ready to play come football season. So, and my thoughts is I feel like the head ball coach handled that really well. And like I told y'all before, you know, I don't know what happened between Retzlaff and that woman, but it just seems kind of odd that, you know, that she had a civil suit. He, mentioned about going into the transfer portal, and then now all of a sudden the civil suit is closed. So that's kind of weird to me. But that's neither here nor there. That's their business, not my business. But it is kind of weird that once he started looking into the transfer portal and leaving BYU, then she wants to, close the case on the civil suit. I mean, if he did it, then he should, like I said this before, and I'll say it again. If he did wrong, he needs to get his punishment. And if he didn't do wrong, and the woman is accusing him of false stuff, then she needs to get punished. That's how I feel about it. So if he did wrong, if Jake Retzlaff did wrong, and he should get punished for it, 100%. If if the woman that's accusing him of all this is lying, then she needs to get punished for it. That's just how I feel. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But great show tonight, Ballard. We almost went 2 hours. I feel like we had a great show, great topics. And if you like this content, please smash a thumbs up. And if you really like this content, hit the subscribe button because Ballard is on his way to 2,000 subscribers.